Cage Minds, Micah Frankel. We got Elias Proce with us, and we're talking about Pro 9 Fight to Win, July 30th. Talking some grappling, sir.
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I'm excited to get my grapple on.
Another guy, 220 pounds, that they found at Grapple. Were you surprised at that?
No, I've grappled actually against Ryan before, in one of my first tournaments. A really good guy, and jiu-jitsu is a lot different than fighting, you know what I mean? So I knew that there would be someone to step up, and I'm glad it's Ryan. It's always going to be fun to compete against someone else in this town. It's always fun.
So help us out here. First time that they're coming out this way. Give us some idea about the rules, the rounds, what's going on.
So it's a fight to win, which is kind of like, it's a submission-based company, but there could be a time limit, so it's not like some of the other ones. But Seth and all the people at Fight to Win put on a fantastic production. I've seen some of the other stuff they've done, and it's fantastic. So I'm glad it's finally coming to Albuquerque, because what's a better town, fight town, jiu-jitsu town than Albuquerque? So we'll get to kind of show our stuff and hopefully put our name on the map to come back again.
So it's another purple belt that someone you've grappled against before.
Exactly.
What does this kind of match then mean to you, working the technique?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this gives me a chance to showcase that I'm not just a brawler, not just an MMA guy, that I do have good and refined technique, and that I can go and put on a performance, so I'm excited. Ryan is not someone who's going to choke under pressure, and he's going to give me a good challenge, so I'm excited, Everyone should show up.
So in that, is Ryan an MMA fighter, or is he just a grappler?
No, he's just a grappler. So, you'll see good, clean, and crisp technique between both of us, hopefully some nice takedowns, good submission, we'll both be fighting to get that highlight reel, really, for the jiu-jitsu match. Because a lot of people are excited about MMA, and I think a lot of people kind of overlook what jiu-jitsu can bring. It's an awesome sport, and you'll see all the EBI, you see Fight to Win, Metamoris, all these companies are popping up because people start to realize, this is a great sport to watch. It's fun.
We've seen you in the MMA realm with such a heavy top game.
Yeah.
Is that again the ultimate goal, to be on top in your jiu-jitsu game?
My jiu-jitsu game, I'd say, is very vast. I'm 100% okay with being on bottom. I can work on bottom, my triangles. I can do a lot of stuff on bottom, leg locks. If I landed on top, I probably would work from there, but if somehow I was on the bottom, I would not be worried at all. My bottom game is perfect in that sense.
Then with MMA fights falling in, falling out, they're coming, they're going.
Yeah.
What's it like getting this and being able to focus in on a jiu-jitsu match?
Man, it's fantastic, because it's been a year since I fought, and a lot of stuff just fell through, didn't work out. And so it's been kind of hard to focus, like you said, like cutting weight, doing all that stuff. And so this gives me something to put my time and energy in. It doesn't feel like I'm just training for nothing, because it's been a year, and I've been training these hard training camps just to find out people are pulling out 3 days before. I know Ryan's not going to pull out. I know he's probably not going to get hurt, stuff like that. So it's good something to keep my mind on, while I wait for another fight.
And competitively, when was your last time on the mat?
Competitively, I did the last Naga that came here a few months ago. So it's been pretty, close pretty recently to my last time I competed in a straight jiu-jitsu match.
You're used to going back and forth, but is there a mindset change, within a couple days or a week that you're grappling instead of MMA, or it's MMA instead of grappling?
Yeah, absolutely, definitely mindset change. In MMA, I think, you kind of got to bring out the beast. You kind of have to set yourself up to be very violent and efficient. And with jiu-jitsu, it's really more creative. So you've got to be more relaxed leading up. You've got to be thinking about all these different counters and setting traps and capitalizing on those traps. So, and also the fact that you're not getting punched in the face helps you kind of relax a little bit. So for me, going into a jiu-jitsu match, it's a lot different. I try to think chess. I try to think about the end game in bigger parts, you know what I mean? So that's kind of how I think about jiu-jitsu. Instead of just being a rage beast monster, I kind of bring out the more refined part of myself.
than a Naga, a Southwest Grapple Fest. This is going to be totally different. This is an event. The whole crowd for this one match is going to be focused on you guys. So you're used to that, but how much different will that be in that grappling arena?
You know what? I think it'll be different in a good sense. I think, it's going to kind of give me a little bit more energy, give me a little bit more, just a little bit more love from Albuquerque for Jiu-Jitsu, you know what I mean? Like, the lights, the big lights, the bright lights, the big mat, the setup of this is going to be fantastic. Seth Daniels and them, they do a great job, like I said before, so I'm excited just to see this production and be able to compete in it. I think it's going to be awesome.
Then being an amateur on the MMA circuit, how much of a surprise and a privilege or whatever would this be, getting put in a position like this, showcased on an event like this?
Oh, absolutely. It's a big privilege. I think not just for me, but for Albuquerque in general. Like I said, being that Fight to Win's bringing here, that I can be on this card, I think it kind of shows a lot to the jiu-jitsu that we have here at Albuquerque. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Albuquerque in general, we've got a lot of good people out here, and that's why, we're getting this big card and not like there's big places all around the world, San Diego, San Francisco, and Albuquerque. Like, it's really showing what we have skill-wise, and I'm just so happy to be a part of it.
I'm not sure if I'll understand the answer once I ask the question, but Albuquerque BJJ, what's the difference in your guys' system than what you know of from other systems?
It's really hard to tell. I think everyone has a different game in general. I have a different game than a lot of the guys that I train with. I think the reason that we're successful in our own right is that Professor trains us individually. What's going to work for me is not necessarily going to work for someone else in our gym, and he really puts time and effort into developing our own personal jiu-jitsu skills. It's not just cookie cutter. Not to say that the other places are cookie cutter, but I feel like we're way more in development of your own attributes. The way that I play my game at this school is unlike anyone else, so I think that's really what makes us unique.
And then what has it been like for you, your time through jiu-jitsu, learning how to use, again, your physical attributes? Big guy, long limbs.
Oh, it's pretty awesome. The reason I love jiu-jitsu is the reason when I first got started, pretty big guy, pretty athletic, I would say. I was getting my butt kicked by little guys, and so it really made me open up my mind to not just being a ground crush, pass wrestling type. I kind of had to open up my mind to creativity, and that's what made me just blow up in my jiu-jitsu sense. So I love it, honestly. It's great.
What's the message to Albuquerque to implore them to get out there for this event?
Guys, this event's going to be crazy. There's going to be bright lights, big mat. Me and Ryan are going to put on a fantastic show. Not only that, all the headliners, everything. This is going to be something you guys got to see. Yes, it's not going to have the bloodiness and brutality of an MMA fight, but it's going to have creativity. It's going to be like a chess match. It's going to be fantastic. Everyone needs to come out.
Who do you need to thank? Who do you need to shout out to?
Always, I got to thank my training partners. I got to thank my coaches, everyone out there. Albuquerque for helping me really develop my skills, not only in MMA but in jiu-jitsu. And people like you that are coming out here to give me, some video time and stuff like that. So thanks, man.
Thank you for the time, sir.